We've already caused enough harm here. Let us return to the camp before we cause any more. As for those inside the house, we should send someone to take care of them. Someone who isn't us. All we can do for now is make our report to Lucia. Do everything in our power to prevent further tragedy. So let us linger here no more. Come. You should also give that bottle of cerulean to them. Just throwing that out there. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can attune to that. While I just get to sit here in my thoughts and feelings of just that horrific tragedy that just transpired. You know, I'm going to go on a political rant here. Like, people, if you're watching this, and maybe because I even put hashtag Ukraine, and you're like, ooh, he's going to talk shit about Russia. I'm really not. I'm not going to talk shit about Russia or Ukraine, because that entire conflict is nothing but tragedy. You have a sovereign nation invading another sovereign nation for whatever reason, and people's lives have just been upended. This game is definitely a treatise to the sufferings of war, the failures of war. And anybody who tries to glorify it is wrong. You're dead wrong. And shame on you. Like, that is not, war is not something to be romanticized in any way, form, or fashion. So, that's my 2 cents. And that's coming from someone who's in the military. When you get to bury your friends, you can come talk to me about the romanticism of war. Because it's not just the combat, it's the post-PTSD as well. So, enough drudgery. We're gonna make our way here. So normally, I do go out of my way to do zone quests, but then I wouldn't have any other characters that could accept quest rewards without overdoing it. So we'll come back and we'll just do the quest zones. Would you mind giving Lucia a full report? We mustn't forget to send some of our allies to Tapper's Den. We still owe them for the bottle of cerulean. Treatment of the tempered is proceeding as well as can be expected. If there's anything to report, you'll be sure to know, though. I gather you have a report of your own to deliver. Yeah. If something is the matter, the twins look out of sorts, and you two seem a bit off. Forgive me for saying, but the three of you appear rather drained since your return. Is there aught I might do to be of assistance? Take back that quest from my memory? Damn. Alice and Elfino tell me they have finished their preliminary search for survivors, but refrain from saying much more than that. Clearly they are reluctant to provide details. Might I ask for your account? Yeah, if you want to try. God damn.
Thank you for your report.
That's all you have to say? Thank you for your report? That's fucking cold.
We shall inform the troops of these developments and instruct them to proceed with the utmost caution should they encounter any survivors.
Oh my god.
Allow me to go and speak with the ones at the victor's spoils. They may be more willing to listen to a fellow Garlean and accept our offer of assistance.
I pray you are right. And though I am loath to burden you any further, should there be an appropriate occasion to speak of Licinia and her sister, please do so.
I am sorry to have put you through this.
Yeah. What the fuck?
My distress is nothing compared to their suffering. So tell me, what else have we learned?
Yeah, some good news, please.
As you may have already heard, we have succeeded in curing the members of the Popularis, Maxima identified. They have provided us with some intriguing insights into the current state of Garlemald. The assassination of Emperor Varus was the catalyst for the civil war. Nerva declared his claim to the throne, and his opponents refused to recognize it. Fighting broke out in the capital, where Nerva's Third Legion clashed with the First, who remained loyal to Varus even after his death.
Of course, even Imperial warmongers would balk at the idea of turning their shining city into a battleground. Like burning down the wood to spite the wasps. Neither side would be so mad. Unless something or someone inflamed their animosity to such an extent that they could not help but act against their better judgment.
It brings to mind events at the Gimlet Dark, does it not? The Emperor's sudden withdrawal from the front lines, specifically. Nerva and his father, Titus, Varus's then political rival, took advantage of rumors that Crown Prince Xenos had been possessed by a demon.
Well, Crown Prince Xenos is the demon, so...
Elidibus, what better way to disparage your enemies than with the truth, or a close enough approximation?
Yeah.
Indeed. But before their accusations could be substantiated, many of Titus's followers were silenced.
By death?
While some were merely stripped of their status, others died under curious circumstances. One after another, suddenly and suspiciously.
Again, Elidibus. Like as not, he had a hand in it. No evidence was found to implicate Varus, certainly. Nevertheless, Titus, Nerva, and the Third Legion would have judged it a brazen attempt by the Emperor to rid himself of his political enemies.
I mean, he's the Emperor, isn't that kind of expected?
And then, in the midst of this growing turmoil, Varus Sosgalvis is murdered. And Garlemald's own prodigal son, Gaius van Belsar, is named the murderer.
Yeah. Except, that's not how that went down. It was Gaius who tried to stop it.
Shortly thereafter, Nerva claims the right of succession, and in response, the First Legion claims the assassination was part of a coup d'etat orchestrated by Titus and Nerva.
So no one is at fault, and everyone else is to blame.
I should add that both parties received substantial financial backing, presumably to provide them with the means and encouragement to pursue a swift victory, and that these contributions came from the self-same benefactor.
That's literally what it always comes down to, is money. Literally, I don't know if I'm getting conspiracy theories mixed up or not, but, like, a lot of our banking institutions, like Chase and Wells Fargo, they came to fruition and to prominence due to funding both sides of the war. Like, they funded the Nazis and they funded Americans. It's disgusting. It's truly disgusting.
I'd heard House Brutus had been filling the Third Legion's coffers, but the First as well.
Yeah. Et tu, Brute? Wow. A little on the nose, though.
It would seem so. Though the Popularis determined that the First Legion received funds from a variety of organizations, all had connections to House Brutus.
So Fandaniel, in the guise of Asahi, was playing both sides against each other the entire time.
Imagine that.
The information we gained from my friends does not end there. One night, shortly after fighting broke out, the capital was shaken by an immense tremor. From that point onward, they have no memories, no recollection of any events, including our clash on the Magna Glaciers.
Glaciers.
But when asked about the Imperial Palace and its bizarre transformation, they somehow recall Emperor Varus giving them orders, in their dreams.
Could you imagine? Like, Warhammer 40k, God Emperor of mankind, right? I wonder if this is their god, the Primal, Emperor Varus.
May the Tower of Babel stand as testament to the glory of Garlemald.
Also on the nose.
This sounds awfully familiar.
We have something to show you all.
Varys spoke to them through this radio. Perhaps it was a recording, but if not, that would be inexplicable.
We are of one mind, then.
The ether that permeates the ore used in this device is almost identical to that of the talismans.
Huh.
I see it. While it is likely more by coincidence than design, these devices might also ward against a primal's influence. A picture is beginning to form. If the tremor felt throughout Garlemald was a wave of ether emitted by a primal, then while those within range would have been tempered, those huddled around a radio desperate for news concerning the Civil War would have been spared.
Because electromagnetism?
No wonder Licinia kept it close.
My friends, I must speak with you.
Not more children dying. Please.
A young man was caught trying to steal our supplies. He is a soldier of the Iron Men, we think, but one who has not been made thrall. Thankfully, Magni restrained him before blood was spilled. The stranger is outside, if you wish to ask him questions.
I think we do.
Who do we have here?
Well, he has blue hair, and we did a nice follow-up scene, so I feel like he's not just an NPC.
Garleans?
Traitors to your homeland! Have you no shame?
I am Lucia Junius, a temple knight of Ishgard. And you are?
Iulus Pier Norbanus. And that's all you invaders will get from me.
We are not here to invade Garlemald. Far from it. Like you, our allies in Eorzea and the Far East fight in defense of their lives and their loved ones even as we speak. But it is the people of Garlemald who have suffered most. This we know. And that is why we have come to offer you our aid, that we may unite against our common foe.
National.
Whether you believe me or not, those are the facts. Now, answer me this. Why would a proud soldier of the Empire be reduced to stealing? The situation must be dire indeed for you to go to such lengths.
Call it! That's right. Punked.
If it is supplies you seek, we would gladly share ours, or turn a blind eye while you leave with your spoils.
Yeah. Right in his pride.
I will not negotiate. My commander will determine how to deal with you and yours. If you wish to treat with him, I will take you, but no more than 3.
No more than me. Right there.
I don't much like the sound of that. But if we do accept his proposal, I suggest the 2 of us and...
Ishtola is all you really need. And honestly, having played Alice, if we 3 ladies went up there, please try something.
Please allow me and Alize to act as envoys.
Why you two? That's 4.
May I ask why?
We have seen with our own eyes the hardships the Garleans face, how their futures and lives hang in the balance.
It's not the warmest invitation, but it's an opportunity to prove our intentions true. Maybe not a chance to make things right, but a chance to make them better.
Right? I'm going with you. Or, what would your mother say if I let you two go by yourselves? I mean, seriously, though. Yeah, I'm not letting you two go alone. Nah, not gonna happen.
I can see that persuading you otherwise is a lost cause, but you will proceed with the utmost care.
I mean, look at that fit. She's ready.
A couple of children and what? A sellsword? Is this an insult?
I don't know, child. How was stealing from the provisions and getting caught? That's an insult.
Not in the least. You will find that they are more than qualified to speak on our behalf.
Yeah, I saved the world, you bastard.
There are many dangers on the road ahead. I will need that back.
You have a knife? Quit being a pussy. A gunblade? That punk is a tank? My ass. Ha! What's he get a tank? A mosquito bite? A flea? A flower? A particularly rough gust of wind? I worry they were not in the best state of mind to volunteer for this undertaking. But what's done is done. I know you will take good care of them, and yourself as well, I trust. Listen, I'm fucked up too still. I'm still trying to move past that. They are resilient in the face of hardship. You as well. But good intentions and stubborn determination alone will not be enough to bring our mission to a successful conclusion. Be on your guard. Ullius Pier Norbanus. It is unusual for one so young to achieve such a high rank. Very unusual. That means he's a lord, which explains his attitude. His uniform identifies him as a member of the First Legion, which has a particularly fierce reputation. Whoever his superior may be, I advise you to approach them with caution. We captured the boy as he was about to make off with our food. He must be very hungry to take such risks. Maybe we should give him something to eat. Reward him for his boldness. Yes, and pat him on the head too while you're there. Perhaps it is unwise to volunteer for a mission so soon after the previous disaster. Nevertheless, I shall not squander this opportunity. I know, this won't bring back Licinia or her sister. Taking the same risks, making the same mistakes, it's possible, but better to try than to give up. Every time. The lowly task of keeping watch over provisions would not normally befit the sun, but these being unusual circumstances, I will let no man take that which is not theirs by right. Said your farewells, have you? Almost. You will be received as invited guests, and so I urge you to observe proper social etiquette and conduct yourselves accordingly. Your safe return takes precedence above all else. Remember this. Thancred, in particular, will be worried sick if you're gone too long. May the Fury watch over and keep you. Are you and the children ready? I don't know, Ullius. Do you want to get caught trying to steal, a pie from Mother again? I will explain the route once we are outside your camp. If anyone attempts to follow us, we will judge it an act of hostility. We will not hesitate to take appropriate measures. Bet. I would expect nothing less. You have our full cooperation. You know what? At this rate, I want to be hostile. Punk-ass little bastard. I got my hostile outfit on. We will do only as instructed. After all, this is what we have been striving for ever since we arrived. Where do you think their headquarters are? I assume there are a few others beside him and this commander he mentioned. Alright, this is far enough. Listen carefully. We head over that hill, then follow the road until we reach Liminal Station 4. Children in the lead, I want you where I can see you. We do have names, you know. I'm Alice, and he's Alphino. And last but not least, there's Sagenhaft. Sagenhaft. Where have I heard that name before? No matter. Alphino and Alice will watch the road ahead, while we bring up the rear. I wasn't lying about there being many dangers, so you're to run, not saunter run, towards the station. If you even think about going for your weapon, the deal's off. Should any creatures bar the way, we go around them. Oh. I guess. As you head towards the giant ram. It's definitely a good thing I'm not in my tanks back. That vibrating is hurting my eyes. Are they speed limited? Ah, well. Well, you did want to keep an eye on him, sorry. We're here, I think. It's nothing like the ones in Thanalan. Alright, you punk. This is it, the first stop, that is. Good. It looks like your friends knew better than to follow us. Are these your headquarters? No, we're stopping here so I can check for pursuers. Since it appears you've kept to your side of the bargain, we can carry on. Oh. North of the station is Regio Domorum, one of the main residential areas, or at least it was. The afflicted roam the streets in packs. They'll tear us to shreds if given the chance. Keep close, no wandering off, understood?